Well, alrighty, folks. We are back in it with another session of our Out of the Abyss. I am your Dungeon Mister, joined by our wonderful players today, and we actually have a new addition to the crew. If you guys want to say hey, you can.
Hey,
Hello.
Evening.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
And we'll meet our new addition here soon. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time with a little bit of a recap before we get into what's happening this time. So, without further ado, last time, you guys were on your way back to the Bazaar of Blades after taking in everything this quote unquote fair city had to offer. You were unfortunately met along the bridge by a drow who knew you had escaped Ilvara's grasp at Velkenvelv, or at least some of you. Offering you barely any choice, you of course resisted to go back, and a fight broke out. She was not alone, though, as there were actually several drow with her to help her attempt to recapture you. During this tussle, the drow woman fought with such speed and ferocity that, but you did have an ally in an invisible Dwergar, one of the stone guards who popped up to your aid. Eventually overcoming these drow forces, you took what you wanted from their dead bodies and headed back to Goldborn's lair for a well-earned respite. And that evening, though, Casmus was visited by a stranger in his dreams, as the rest of you got a good night's rest, aside from the toll that the city's forges had on your lungs. You talked about how you should proceed with your current investigation. Ended up heading to the West Cleft to find this Droki. Possibly the Grey Ghosts, whatever they may be. But delving into this chasm and crossing the gates, you are met with the stench of crazed Darrow, who were many different minds, it would seem. Dozens of Darrow wandering, fighting, laughing, singing, muttering, even killing. Thinking you might have found your quarry only to watch him get mutilated and murdered, another Darrow approached you. Casmus thought this might be an opportunity to ask about Droki, but was quite mistaken, as this mad Darrow lunged towards him with sickles in hand. And now we have rolled initiative here, with the enemies actually up first, surprisingly, as they get the jump on you. And we're gonna just hop right into it. As one of these Darrow kind of picks up a shortened kind of spear with a longer blade. As this one starts to lunge, as if almost signaling others, like without actually any sort of signal. Several of these Darrow start jumping at you all. And this one is going first. As he, takes this longish kind of spear, and he is going to chuck it at one of you random people. It is going to Fungi.
Gonna hit the little guy.
Yeah, seeing almost like a target on this mushroom cap of yours. This Darrow completely whiffs, getting a 7 to hit as it kind of just a short spear, almost javelin-like. It's an Atlas, tossed in your direction. This Darrow then kind of pulls out a crossbow immediately and takes a shot at a different person. Gonna shoot at Casmus. Getting a nat 20.
it definitely is, that's for sure.
As Casmus, you take 6 points of piercing damage as a crossbow bolt strikes you in the back of your leg. Which will take us to the Hey, thanks for all the cheers and the hype train, folks. But that will take us to all the other Darrow, as this one will lunge towards Casmus as well. Hooked kind of sickles in hand, getting a 6 and a 9 to hit. Just crazed, swiping madly at you, almost drooling, even though he wasn't previously. Seemed just kind of regular mad. Now he seems more deranged, as you truly see his eyes are just white, glazed over. The others a couple kind of step out of a tent. One of them kind of scratches their head for a second, smiles, and just starts screaming as he charges towards Weller. And also tries to attack with a curved knife, like kind of a very short spear, kind of hooked in a way. Getting an 11 to hit.
That is going to be a miss.
Yeah, as it kind of clinks off of your armor. The Darrow behind him kind of reaches behind and pulls out a larger crossbow that has some sort of mechanism on top of it, and just starts shooting wildly into the crowd. Going against Casmus and Dusk here. Casmus got a 6 to hit. Dusk got an 11 to hit, as these Darrows seem to have the worst aim that you've ever seen. Like, they're not surprised at what's going on, but they are just like, almost like they can't choose which target to shoot or attack. Another Darrow from down the street starts kind of waltzing, looking to see what's going on. I gotcha. Hey. Just waves for a moment. And then also pulls out a hand crossbow, which seems to have a similar mechanism on top. It's kind of like a sawed-off light crossbow, more so. And shoots it unwieldily into the fray as well. Going against Weller and Fungi.
Are we fighting an army? Why does it feel like they've been attacking for 10 minutes already?
Because all of them went first.
My lord.
Weller got a 9 to hit as you just kind of like lands at your feet. Fungi.
Riposte!
Well, he's all the way over here.
I don't give a shit. No, that's
Yeah. You can kind of whack it away. While Fungi got a 17 to hit.
Just hits.
As Fungi, you take 9 points of piercing damage. It kind of sticks to the edge of your mushroom cap and just kind of splits it a little bit. As that one actually seemed to do something. But that will then take us to Turvey, who's going to turn around and take a shot at this guy who threw that spear with his own crossbow. Hitting. For 7 points of damage. Hey, look out! Behind you! As he takes a shot towards this guy back here with this wild mustache and this floof of hair. Which will take us to Dusk. By the way, these were the two that were cutting up the other guy, who was lying in a pool of blood under that tent.
Choices. Okay. Move right here.
All right, stepping up.
I'll go ahead and take a spinning kick at this guy.
All right. 16 hits him. as you just kick him right across the face. For 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You hear the kind of crack in his jaw as he nearly drops his crossbow. And you can hear this kind of mechanism just kind of clank against his thigh.
Again.
Alright.
Oh, never mind.
Getting a nat 1 as you go for another kick. That mechanism that's kind of whirring within, kind of like a reloader essentially. He just kind of like ducks behind it and you kick right into it, hitting your foot into the mechanism.
And bonus action again.
Alright. 17 will also hit. For 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you go around the other direction to kick him like right in his back. You hear cracks and pops as he falls to the ground. Anything else?
And I move back here and take partial cover behind the tent.
Alright. Getting a little bit of cover. That will take us to Rincewind in the middle of all this mess.
Okay. I am going to I'm going to nod and say a little prayer and cast bless on Weller, Chasmus, and Fungi.
Weller, Chasmus, and Fungi. I need you to roll me a d20. Alright, as this strange light kind of sheds on the three around you. Anything else for Rincewind?
Then I am going to step back this way and
Alright.
end my turn.
Alright. At the end of your turn, kind of right near where you're at, through a small tunnel, you would see a dirty Darrow. Easy to recognize. Pale face under a floppy hat, fitted with two tentacle-like things that bob up and down in time with its brisk pace. Keeps muttering a repetitive series of phrases to himself at different volumes, failing to notice anything that's going on around him. Droki's late. They will be so angry. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Delays. Blocks. Points his finger out. Procrastinations. Obstructions. Fa. And he kind of hops around the area here. No time. No rhyme. Nope, not mine. Nope. And he kind of yells back to you all. Like, first time seeing you. And he just, no! Time! Here's Droki. And with such speed, bounding and running, like leaping from tent to tent, he runs all the way very much off screen. Like, faster than Dusk is. Like, so fast, somehow. But that will take us to Chasmus.
Being close to this guy, we're gonna use shocking grasp on him.
Alright. A 13 just hits. As that electricity kind of creates, it kind of grasps around his hooked blade and any little metal trinkets around him. You shock him for 6 points of lightning damage. As you see a little bit of the kind of like the classic 90s movies, like in Home Alone 2 when he gets electrocuted. See a bit of a skeleton within him. His hair starts to stand up on end, smoking. Makes a loud woo.
They did Marv so dirty.
I know. Anything else for Casmus?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right, taking us to Fungi.
The guy's gonna be quick and just spend his action activating symbiotic entity
All right,
and bonus action activating Shillelagh.
all right.
But that'll do it for his turn.
Staying put, kind of focusing as spores start to kind of surround you. Yeah, Home Alone 3, Lost in the Underdark. That will take us to Weller.
We got to call that the Fun Guy Special. From now on, instead of saying that, you can just say Fun Guy Special, and we'll know what you mean.
His
Oh, nice, I like that.
ready, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Weller's not too happy. I'm going to take a swing at this guy.
Take a swing at that little short, maybe 3.5 foot tall, not as squat or as burly as most dwarves you've seen, but mutton chops just kind of dripping with some sort of oil staring up at you.
Are you trying to make me feel bad for him?
No,
Still gonna swing on him.
swing on him. Getting a nat 20. Absolutely.
Tell me more. Tell me more about this burly little man I hit.
He's not burly.
Oh, okay.
Not anymore, he's not.
Knock the burls right off.
Tell me a little bit about the damage you're doing.
Let's see.
For 13 points of damage, as he just kind of looks up at you with this kind of smirk in his face, you just swing down with your glaive, and I don't know. You tell me, how do you kill this Darrow in one swing?
Yeah, I swing down on him. I cleave him in twine, and then immediately look towards the guy that tried to hit me over that direction.
Yeah, as you can see, he's still holding up the crossbow, kind of trying to hold it with two hands, but not doing a very good job because he half waves at you as he does.
Nice. Yeah, I want to lock eyes with him as the glaive is descending upon his friend or compatriot at least.
His eyes kind of light up as you lock eyes with him.
Fantastic, because I'm about to get a whole lot closer to him.
Like he seems excited at the prospect.
I'm going to move. That's 30, we do 30 up there.
Yeah, that's still within range with your glaive.
Yep, and I am going to use my newly unlocked extra attack.
Level 5.
Yeah.
Let's see that extra attack as he just kind of looks up to you. Oh, it's so glorious, so glorious. Yes. He almost drops his crossbow as you slash at him. A 15 will hit him. For 11 points of slashing damage as you slash across his body. He gets knocked back a couple of feet as he just eyes looking all of his own blood on the ground. Oh no. But he's still up.
Weller will just kind of growl, you crazy bastards. And in my turn.
All right, that will take us to this guy who has a crossbow in hand. He's gonna shoot it wildly at, moving target or not moving target. We'll go with, that's the first roll, moving target or not moving target. Gonna go with not moving target. And he's gonna shoot Turvy, yeah. And he's gonna hit Turvy for some damage. As he just kind of starts muttering to himself and kind of not sure who to shoot, fires off a shot as Turvy gets shot right in his wrist. There's oh, asshole. Then the other guys. This guy will. Yeah, screw it. He's gonna try to take shots at Weller. Getting a 15 and a 16 to hit.
The 16 will hit.
As he's just kind of, oh no, oh. And he just kind of like quickly like spins it around, just firing off 2 shots immediately as you take 5 points of piercing damage. And then he's going to try to take a hop backward, which does provoke an attack of opportunity.
Right.
Because he's looking towards one of these tents, like he's looking to go run and hide.
It's on a different tab. I gotta back up now. There we go.
Ooh, Nat 1 is gonna miss as he kind of does like a acrobatic backflip away and goes and hides. Meanwhile, this guy who just got electrocuted, though, whoo! Smiles up at Casmus. I shouldn't have done that, sir. I'm terribly sorry. Who tries to latch on to Casmus, getting a 12 and an 11 to hit.
They both miss.
As he's trying to like hook your feet, and you're just kind of almost forcing you to dance.
You know what? For attacking me, we're gonna do Elish Rebuke.
He has to hit you, I believe.
You have to hit you?
I
always
believe.
forget it.
I could be wrong.
You have to being damaged.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did not damage you.
Yeah.
Which
alright.
will then take us to Turvy. And Turvy will pull out a short sword and lunge at this other guy. Getting a nat 1 and a 22. As he stabs into this Darrow's lean gut. As he seems to be wearing some sort of S&M outfit. Terry's gonna be, hey, get back! Which will take us to Dusk.
S&M outfit. I've changed my approach entirely.
It almost looks kind of like a little S&M outfit.
It kinda does.
That's what I think of whenever I see it. Like, cause especially in the small view, because you can just see like straps over his chest.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Like-
Dusk. What are you doing?
Contemplating if I need to go after Droki or yeah, let's see what we can do. I'll go ahead and utilize my feline agility.
All right.
Skirt, bounce off this wall. Let's see. Oh.
The map does end.
Ah. Okay.
The Warrens keep going. But you would see crowds, more thicker crowds of Darrow beyond. We'll say at the moment you've lost sight of him, but
Okay.
you can
Can
try to
react
search.
to that?
I would say it would take, like, if you want to make like a perception check with your action, you could try.
All right. I will do that then.
Yeah, give me a perception check. With your keen eyes. It is dark in here. It is dark in here. As you look through the small smattering crowds of Darrow in here, you don't see them. They're all kind of moving, humming, and there's just so many distractions of noise and what you can see. and what you can't see. Hear sounds of ecstasy, sounds of anger. It's not easy to discern anything. Like, you know, when you're driving and looking for a spot through directions, and you have to turn the volume down on the music. Maybe that's just me. But it's kind of like that. You go and you peer, and you're like, oh, it's so noisy and like light clutter.
I'll run back up and stop next to Weller and let him know we've lost him. And that's it.
All right. And we'll take us to Rincewind.
Rincewind is going to pull out his longbow, and he is going to shoot at this one that is right next to Casmus.
Okay.
And as he knocks the arrow, he whispers a little bit of force into it, and so he.
His hair's still smoking from the previous electrified grasp.
Oh, I should not have any adders. Or,
Oh, you're using the
yeah,
longbow. Gotcha.
yeah.
Fair enough. So just remember, you do not have your shield on, but 25 will absolutely hit.
Correct.
Yeesh. As you quickly just pop a shot as you whisper sweet nothings to your arrow, and it kind of just shoots out with extreme force, pinning this arrow to a post of the tent there. Just gurgles and blood starts gushing out of his mouth, and he goes limp almost immediately.
Excellent. And then I am going to step this way and end my turn.
All right. Taking us to Casmus.
Well, this one dead. We're gonna attack this one with Eldritch Blast.
Absolutely. A nat 20 will absolutely hit with your first blast. For 15 points of force damage. As he is just blown in half. As just straight through his chest. Top half of that just falls backwards. As he lets out the classic Wilhelm scream. I should get that audio so I can play it every now and then. He collapses to the ground. You still have energy for a second shot if you want to shoot it anywhere.
No, he's gonna hold it back, not shoot it.
Okay.
And that makes 10 temporary points because
you killed a guy.
and this. That's a one night.
Very nice. As all the bodies around you, no one seems to care. You do see kind of some eyes peeping out from the caves around. But no one seems to pay any attention. Weller, Dusk just approached you and said that I think we lost him.
Do you know which way he headed? He seemed to be in quite a hurry.
Point in that direction. I think he utilized magic to move that quickly. But we've seen him now. We know exactly what he looks like.
Right. Well,
But I do not relish the idea of fighting and or slaughtering all of these crazed creatures.
I agree. We simply don't have the time. Let's push forward in that direction and see if we can find any trace of him.
Can Fungi see if I can try and pick up a trail on him? Maybe see if I can find something to identify him from where he came out from, and see if I can.
Yeah, I will say that the DC is going to be super high. But you can absolutely try. Give me a survival check.
I can still use Bless on this.
No need. But Bless doesn't count towards skills. Guidance does. Bless is attacks and saving throws.
Oh, saving them. I thought it was bullshit. Never mind. Okay.
But with a nat 20, as you kind of look down at this darkened area now with your good vision that Rincewind gave you just a moment ago, you do see this kind of distinct boot print that almost the pattern has kind of a hoppiness to it, as every step is every like few feet, like he's just bounding. So you have a good sense of which footprints are his based on that.
I think I might have found which way he's heading. We could just follow along this path here. Let's try and walk in front of.
I mean, if you know where he
Oh.
is, lead the way, I guess. Can find with his footsteps.
All right, so you guys start following Fungi into these warrens, the slums.
I suppose so.
All
Yeah.
right.
Asmus is going to cast Detect Magic as they move around.
Are you casting it as oh, you have the Eldritch Sight, right?
Yeah.
You sense an air. Actually, roll me a d20.
Oh,
Okay. You sense an air of weird magic everywhere. But not only that, you also sense an air of abjuration magic and weird little spots. You can kind of make out some writing along the walls, some carvings into some of the stalls or the posts. It's the same kind of symbol. Weird abjuration magic on each of them.
For now, he's not going to say anything, but he's definitely going to keep an eye out for anything.
All right. Heading along, you all following Fungi's lead, miraculously, and it goes pretty quickly because it's like, oh, there's a footprint. You can kind of tell by the footprint with that survival check. Tell by that footprint like what direction that foot was jumping towards. And then, it's every few feet, so it is a little quicker following it like this, as after about 10 or so minutes going through, and it seems to go in this kind of zigzag. You can see it jump up into like part of the wall for a second as it leaps over. Looks to be a crowd of Darrow that are kind of huddled around a small, actually, fire pit, as that would probably be the most luminous thing in here. And then you can see this trail leads up to a large cracked wall with a odd swirly pattern all on it. Standing at the foot of this cracked wall with this swirly pattern. If Jimmy, you want to describe your character?
Yeah, most definitely. So you guys see a fairly stout looking Thrugar, like kind of like waving his hands around, trying to decipher what he sees in there. He stands about 4'3", kind of stout, not really like more like a weight, just kind of A lot of muscle to some extent, but mostly just it looks unused. Kind of wearing common clothes, ordained with some jewelry around his neck, minor dagger on his wrist, on his hip as well. But his back is towards you guys, kind of looking up at the wall, trying to decipher what he's seeing.
But that's where the steps lead, and they kind of disappear.
He seems to be very encompassed. Not really. I mean, he kind of heard, the surrounding sounds. He peeked around, but he's like, it's just the same shit, different day.
We'll just say to whoever's like, well, I guess everyone's sort of standing around him, or he, whatever in a group.
Yeah.
And he'll say, "Isn't that odd?"
Still just kind of mindlessly looking towards whatever this is. You see he's very preoccupied, more of like in a rush style stuff, trying to more like kind of just trying to figure things out. In his pace in his current space, maybe about to turn around, but then he pulls back towards the monument again.
On that door, would I see anything with detect magic or?
You would detect illusory magic. I believe. Let me double check. Yes, it is illusion magic.
Desmos would say out loud to the door guard looking at it. It might not be entirely there.
You'll see his hand turn up. Yes, I know it's not real, but I'm trying to figure out more about it. And then at that moment when he feels something behind him, feels like a pull. He just kind of like slowly shifts towards the Gith that's behind him. And he points, "You. Do you know what this is? What's going on?"
You're muted, Chad.
You're muted.
Can I do an Arcana check, maybe?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. No idea. Magic, maybe.
None. But I'll be kind of like eyeing this this drugger with flash, up and down. Just kind of like casually looking at the illusionary area, but the answer was more in lip service than anything else, I think.
Fair enough.
Do I sense anything coming from this Gith that seems familiar?
Well, yeah, you already know.
Yeah. So, you, Gith, come here. Do you have something on your person? Such as a trinket or some magic stone? And he kind of like waves the one that's around his neck, kind of like this. What you see is kind of like a multicolored stone, red and white. It kind of has a little faint glow to it.
I mean, let's see.
It could be, I mean, mostly from what I've gathered after studying this, it seems to be either stone or maybe some form of obsidian. I don't quite know, but it's I feel something coming from you that feels like it, or maybe the person behind you. I don't know. It just feels like it's right in front of me.
I feel like I'm being cold red right now. So, uh, Rincewind will kind of like take a little step back, hackles up because right away he's suddenly thinking of the eye, and but he doesn't really, I don't know. He's trying to play it like, he wasn't a little shaken there, but he was. But he's fairly defensive because frankly it's been a rough 48 hours.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you, but it just, yeah. I don't know. Something seems familiar to you, but I don't quite know. Anyways, and you see as he turns around and he kind of breaks focus of that, he speaks back to whomever said that it's illusionary, it's not real. It's like,
As
yes, thank you for that.
the tall elf, which you can see a small, well, not a small, but you can see a tail dangling from beneath his coat.
Okay, so, what I identify as a mistiefling, I assume.
Give me a religion or arcana check. I would say it's reminiscent of tiefling. Like your first thought is elf, and then you see the tail, and it's like, huh, there's some sort of influence there, which kind of almost leads you to believe tiefling. I'd say that would be your, if it's not elf, maybe a tiefling. If not tiefling, then something you're unsure about.
Yes, thank you, sir, in the back, the elf-tailed man. But yes, sorry for the weird interaction. I've been very distracted for these past 3 or 4 days. And I saw you dispatching some of the Darrow over there, and there's plenty of them out there.
Not by choice.
Oh, yeah, they tend to be troublesome from time to time. But yeah, as he turns around, kind of flourishes his coat a little bit, introduces himself as Grenmia, and thank you for your acquaintance.
I'm Caspus.
Pleasure. But maybe we should go back into town. I would like to have some words with this Gith about this thing that seems to be bothering our troubles so. I can buy a drink on us or whatever you guys prefer.
Well, we were chasing this specific uh, man called Troki that we saw heading down here, so I think we probably should try to find him.
I recognize the name at all.
You don't. Give me a history check. Yes, you recognize the name. Wanted by the Stone Guard and the Keepers of the Flame for numerous
that
numerous
criminal?
crimes. Yeah.
He's dangerous folk. I would stay away from him or capture him if you can.
That's the plan.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can, if you guys want to, I can accompany you. I can be an extra set of eyes. Again, I feel like this, and I keep just calling you Gith. What is your name, sir?
Still just eyes narrowed. Just I'll say Rincewind. And we'll see.
You shouldn't have told them. That's how they do this, man. This is how they get the information out of you. Next thing you know, your wallet's going to be missing.
Do you not think that Fungi wouldn't have spilled that in 5 seconds had I not told him anyway?
You're 100% right.
I am 100% right. So, I find it best that we're just gonna keep things on the level.
I like how we're not next to each other on the map, so we're just very audibly having this conversation that he
Yeah.
can
I
hear.
hear what you guys are saying. I
I mean, you guys
understand.
are like over by a corner here, like, you know.
They're definitely speaking out
We-
loud.
Yeah.
We act like
Whisper-
we're whispering, but in normal
Whisper
tones.
yelling.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fun guy's just gonna tell us anyway.
right. It's implied.
Dusk will ask Fun Guy, does the trail lead directly here?
That's a good question. Actually, do I see which direction it's still going in?
You see one footprint right behind where this Dwergar was standing, and then the trail goes cold.
But did you happen to see that Droki guy pass through you?
Through me?
Well, he looked like he was here, and then I can't tell where he went for after this. It looks like he just up and vanished from around here. Like, did he go by you or through you, or
Yeah.
did you see which way he went?
I saw him run down further down into the crowds, down in a little bit deeper in there. He got very mixed in. It was a brief glance. I mean, he's very easy to identify with his obscene, ugly hat. But
I did send you a message.
Rude.
Yes, I did quite see him. He jumped over the stone and then somehow just vanished.
Well, if this
Oh,
is an
that guy.
Yeah.
The very identifiable guy. Okay.
I'm not sure I'll be able to follow him from
Well,
there. Lost the footprint.
I guess we gotta
You
go
don't
through
need
that illusionary door or whatever it is.
Yeah, I was trying to look at it. Maybe you seem very magical inclined as well. Maybe you can take a look yourself.
I poke
guess.
it with my staff.
It's in a book. You know what happened last time you did that?
What's he gonna do?
No,
Fun guy's just reaching out with the staff, and he's just poking at the door, the illusionary door.
Okay. It's not an illusion. It's a rock. Your staff hits rock.
Don't think this is the door.
Caspus is gonna go up and actually look at it if he can figure out something.
Hey, give me an Arcana check. With a 13, kind of peering it over. It's not that the door, not that having me call it a door now. Not that the rock, this cracked rock, is illusory itself. Just the symbols on it. This kind of swirl, faintly glowing in here.
Can't really tell you what it is, but that swirl is definitely glowing.
Can any of us read it?
It's not a language. It's literally just like a swirl symbol, like
Okay.
like it's just like a whirlpool symbol, kind of. A little jagged, but it's like this light symbol, faintly glowing, that is like laying on top of this cracked rock.
We could break the rock.
I have no way of breaking the rock, sadly. I mean, I didn't think about that personally, but, if you guys have the means, we can always try.
I mean, what if it's like a sigil that's supposed to keep something in the rock?
It's illusion magic. So I'm not sure if that would keep something inside.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean,
And I can
How
try
would you
to
break the rock?
I could try to blow it open, but how safe are these caverns, do you think it's all gonna collapse?
Gonna cast a level
Whoa.
3 shatter.
No.
Gonna take a few steps back and just sit back and watch him do it.
Well, also keep in mind, it might not be wise to draw attention to ourselves. I mean, we basically said hello to those other Darrow and were immediately jumped and had to kill them. To Dusk's earlier point, I don't know if slaughter of the entire Darrow species down here is exactly what's on the agenda for the day.
I'd rather not.
Well, I think keeping a low profile kind of went out the window when we did. Well, I didn't really beat up anybody, but when you guys beat up all those other people.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're that interested in us, or maybe they're just scared of us at this point.
Or distracted.
Yeah.
Usually, Darrow tend to either get involved in stuff they're not supposed to, or just ignore everything. So it's a 50-50, I guess you could say, if more come in or not.
So it doesn't sound like they're gonna care if we break a rock.
Yeah, I mean, they break shit all the time, so
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying is how structurally sound would it be if we break the rock?
Is this a load-bearing rock?
It's just a rock sitting against the wall, the cavern here.
All right, I'll
Shoot
blow
it.
it up.
Or
Doesn't sound like you needed much convincing.
Yeah.
No, no, he doesn't.
Tell you what. All
why?
you guys, your choice. Everyone roll a d20 for me. Actually, not your choice. The dice are choosing.
Here goes the wild magic.
Dusk.
Nice.
You
job,
win.
Dusk.
Unless someone else rolls it. Nobody rolls a 20. All right. Dusk, roll me a perception check.
Winning again.
Beautiful.
Jesus
As
Christ.
they're having this conversation, you start to step back, and like, only then can you see about 25 feet up, there's a ledge going into a tunnel beyond.
Before we cause destruction, he'll point up at the ledge.
Oh, we got rope. Someone's good enough to climb up there and get a rope up for the rest of us.
We got a human climbing speed. Or
Hand me the rope.
All right, Caspus would reach in the bag of holding and toss the rope to the Dusk.
As he walks up to the wall and walks past the Drugar, he'll just stop and look at him with that, blank cat face and say, "Thunder at dusk." And then he'll just start to climb the wall.
You see him like he leans into one of his other cameras. What the hell does that mean?
His name.
Oh, okay. So I thought that was some type of metaphor or something. Okay.
I mean, with him, you never know.
As
Oh, okay.
he's also the first cat person you've ever seen, so it's all around weird.
Very much so.
But as Dusk starts climbing with the rope, you would all hear in your head in this brief moment as you would see some spores be produced from around fungi, and a little pale mushroom pokes its head up and is from his backpack, and you would hear in your head, "I'm sorry, I'm fungi."
Well,
Yeah.
I'm fun guy.
He's fun guy.
You're stool.
I'm
You're
fungi.
Stool, yes.
You're a fungi? No,
Fun guy, were you
I
pregnant?
thought it was me. That's very confusing.
Maybe it's spending too much time together, pal.
Are we all fun guy? Are we Legion?
Ah, we are Legion.
We can be fungi. That's an interesting way to think about it.
That bag have air holes. I mean, you
Are
like
both
oxygen
mushrooms.
deprived.
Am I fun stool?
That could work.
I'll get back to you. I'm me. As this mushroom, like, eyes kind of pop into existence and just stares at you for a brief moment. I gotta go think about things. And it just kind of scoots back down into Fungi's backpack.
I see all this, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. He's like wide-eyeing, like, what the?
And you heard all that in your head.
Yeah, that would be Stool. He does that, but usually he doesn't wax poetically.
It is very odd for Stool.
We go make sure that the top on the backpack isn't super tight this time.
But at this
I
kind of,
was gonna go up and be. Oh, sorry.
no, you got
Oh, sorry. By the way, I'm your friend Fungi. Nice to meet you. And I'll extend a hand to shake.
So you and this thing in your backpack are the same person? And he'll reach out and shake his hand while he's saying that.
No, we're just buddies.
He steps back, not really like fully, just like leans back a little bit. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen a species such as you, but you know, underdog, you know, crazy shit happens each day.
a furry gnome, pale dark skin, kind of creeps around. I guess if everybody's making introductions, I'm Tevi, kind of the tough guy of the crew here. So look out.
He's a gnome, you say?
He's a gnome. He kind of puffs his chest out, kind of.
He looks at him and then looks at the other, assume Weller, dark elf. Well, I mean, yeah, I see tough guy for sure.
All right. To watch your P's
Weller-
and Q's.
Weller would be looking at Turvey, just kind of eyebrow raised. Like, really? Okay.
He kind of like looks back to Weller, like, and tries to give him like a wink.
And before this gets any more awkward, I'm Weller. Nice to meet you.
Just kind of like tips his head down. Basically, you know, just formal introduction again, just says his name. And again, thank you for your help with this. Still trying to figure things out, but I appreciate you guys. Sorry I was no help with all the people you were dealing with a little while ago. They tend to be crazy all the time, so I just stay out of their business. Sorry, I didn't know you guys were actually fighting them.
It had to be fair, we didn't either.
Yeah. We didn't really have a choice.
Dusk, what do you see up there?
Yep. Meanwhile, as Dusk, you climb up with ease into this cliff face entrance to a much larger cave. It seems to expand to areas that are 20, 30 feet wide. Weird kind of glow within it. Seems to go on forever, as far as you can see.
Okay.
But you
I
find
don't
something.
see
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't see anything immediately alarming.
No.
I'll see if I can find something I can secure the rope to.
Yeah, there's plenty of stalactite or stalagmites, because mites are on the ground. Plenty of stalagmites to attach a rope to, as a rope is lowered for you all.
Who's first?
Stephen, I want you to know that any time now that I think of stalactite and stalagmite, I remember you saying that
They gotta hang on
stalactites
tight.
hold on tight.
Yep, that's right.
Your voice is perpetually in my head.
I'm glad.
Yeah, in French, it's I remember the words for to go up and down because it's multi and tonally, which goes
Okay.
stalactite and stalagmite goes up and down.
Makes sense.
Don't you have like a giant set of caverns in your area?
No,
Well, speaking of
Well,
giant caverns, there are in the Carolinas. But as you're all hesitant to who goes first, you're climbing up 25 feet. I'm not gonna make you roll for climbing up into this cave.
Protect.
But
By
who
drow
does
again.
go first?
Prince Wind will.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow suit after.
Okay. I just want to say, as Rincewind gets to the ledge, Dusk has a very strange look on his face. And he seems to be holding himself back. Because Rincewind is now considered an object on a ledge. And it is his impulse to push you off. But he's not going to do it.
You get a moment of the Lion
Oh,
King
aren't
scene.
you? Yeah, my cat has that look on his face where says he's not going to do it either, and then just ends up doing it.
Yeah.
Those intrusive thoughts, man.
Yeah.
Right. I know that look.
It's good
All right.
that he's a monk.
As this he has the willpower to hold it in. As this kind of awkward moment passes, you guys all do climb up into this cavern.
Insight
was-
check.
yeah, inside check. That's supposed to be quick. We really take the rope back and put it back in the bag.
All right.
Fungi, start looking to see if you can pick up the trail again in this cavern.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Not as good.
All right, with a 14, looking on the ground here, the area here's been traversed a good bit. It's hard to pick out any one boot print, as there's a number of them. But the cave only goes one way, so at least there's that for now.
And would there be any traces of magic up here or no?
I would say at this point your detect magic is worn off.
Well, he can guess that will, so he's gonna keep it up.
All right, roll me a d20. Casting as your eyes kind of blink. Yeah, there's this weird, no particular school. It's just this odd sensation around you. You can almost smell it. And you just see this glow in the distance of this cavern.
Well, there's only one way.
Do we recognize that kind of magic that's all around us as the, what was it called? Erza?
Erzes.
Yeah.
It's not quite around you in this moment. At least it doesn't appear that way. But yes, down there it does look very heavy, Erzes infused.
Can those of us that have cast spells and have had to make a save against it know that it's there?
I would say you wouldn't know until it takes hold.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's only one way. Are you guys headed down? And if so, how?
Does anyone know where in the hell we are?
I have never been here, sadly. So
Not exactly like we can ask them back down there.
you got to find your furry little friend, or your little friend. I mean, better keep moving forward down this path, I suppose.
Turvey will pipe up.
Mhm.
He's no friend of ours. Just want to get out of here.
That was sarcasm. That's fine.
I guess.
I'm very crude with my sarcasm. Sorry.
Hey. Are you
Really?
saying that, or is that just you saying it?
No, he's saying that. Yeah, he's like,
Oh.
he's pretty straightforward. I'm very crude with it. I mean, sometimes I know what I'm saying, sometimes I don't. But you know.
All right. Well, just remember, we don't deal with those Darrow. They're all mad. We had one of them kill our mates a while back.
Right. Yeah.
A single Darrow killed your mate.
It's a long story.
Oh, friend. Oh,
Well,
I don't know. He was a fish guy. He wasn't a bad one.
I'll
Okay,
tell you the
well,
story over a drink.
Please, yes. More drinks and stories after this adventure.
Do we wish to proceed with illumination or without illumination?
You know, Rinceman's gonna be giving this Casmus this long side eye because he's like willing to have drinks with the new dude, but was all up in what's the other drugger's business, that was helping us out the entire time anyway. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Seriously? And
Hemeth.
yes, Hemeth.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, but Emmett for no reason started to hate Casmus, so that's why Casmus was hating back
Casmus
then.
was- Casmus was
pretty
mean first.
pretty sure he had a reason.
Man, I
It was
don't
the
know,
whole
that
deal with
seems-
your dad, the devil thing.
Yeah,
you know?
but I mean,
The new Drugar has a higher plot armor class.
Yeah,
So
Maybe he has less.
pretty,
It may be a little less. You never know.
Yeah.
yeah,
maybe.
pretty chicken or the egg on that last argument there anyway. But
yeah.
True.
anyway,
Yeah.
But how are you guys proceeding here?
In answer to your question, Dusk, are all of us able to see still currently? I know Fun Guy.
Fun Guy has probably about 30 minutes left on that extreme dark vision.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I'll go first because I can see out there.
All right.
I have very good vision too, if needed. I can see fairly far in the dark. I don't need too much light source unless it's some form of magic or some other shit.
Nah, don't worry about magic. If there's magic, I got it.
I will say, dark vision doesn't give you perfect vision, so perception checks
Right.
are still made at either disadvantage or I just give a flat +5 to DCs.
I can make sure you don't trip over a stone, but pointing out very fine details, I'm no help.
Okay.
All right. So continuing forward down this cave, as you get closer to this glow of Therzes, starts to cast this eerie kind of soft light across the cavern. It starts actually swirling into spiral patterns and casting dancing shadows from all the jagged pillars lining the walls. Air in here smells slightly metallic. The sound around you, strangely muted. Occasional dripping that you see makes no echo, as if you stood in like open air, not a cavern. Creeping on about maybe 5 or so minutes, you come to an area where it looks like there's a fork in the road. To the left looks to be a small cavern filled with fungus. Can't see too far into it because it's not quite as illuminated. To the right looks to be a cavern that gets narrow before it might open up. And straight ahead of you, the tunnel that you're in seems to have a looks like it slopes downward. And you can kind of hear that dripping of water overhead. Yes, let's all do the electric slide. But there is a fork in the road.
Hmm.
Left, straight, or right.
Who's leading? Is it Dusk or Thunder? I mean,
It's
Probably Rincewind
Rincewind.
Or
That's
it's
fine.
fun.
with his twinkle eyes.
think
Do
Always got more money.
is there a definite change in terrain in any direction that we happen to go?
I would say you can give me a perception check.
You said disadvantage.
Or I just increase the DC by 5. Just you don't have to keep changing, toggle it on and off. I just increase the DC. All right. With an 18, like I said, to the left, it seems like you can see various mushrooms growing along the area. It seems a little dim in there. You can't quite see all the way in. To the right, it seems like it narrows before it might open up again. And ahead of you, it looks like it slopes down, and you can hear the faint sound of water.
Any doubts? Follow the water. At least that's what I've always been told. Up on the surface.
I am not getting on a raft again.
Come on.
Well, I don't think there was any close way to the surface from here anyway.
No. Never said we were gonna get close to the surface.
No other information to go on, we can but guess.
Hey, fun guy, do you recognize those guys? Miller kind of motions towards the mushrooms.
Not any of my friends, but just as soon go the way with the mushrooms.
Fun guy says go the way with the mushrooms.
Okay.
Could flip a coin. Or if you want to go to mushroom.
It's up to you guys.
The mushroom stays as good away as any.
How far? You said it. After the mushroom gets a little darker, how far down so we kind of can't see? Like 30, 60?
It just kind of
100 feet?
bends. It more bends. That's why you can't really see too far.
Can we tell which path is more heavily trafficked? Because you said that the path that we were on before had lots of.
Absolutely. Give me a survival check.
Can I help with that? Because I was going to say the same thing. If we can check.
Are you proficient in survival?
I am.
Then yes, you can help with that. So Rincewind can roll survival with advantage. All right, getting a 25.
Didn't even need my help, I see.
The most trafficked area. That's a tough one. Is probably the right passage. Second most traveled would be the straight passage.
Okay.
The where you hear water would be the second most, and to the right where it kind of narrows, not the mushroom path.
Rincewind will kind of point that out, and from any of those paths, I would turn to Fungi and say, "Do you recognize any of these prints from before when we were looking for the hopping dude?"
I'll take a closer. If I'm gonna take a closer look to see if can tell the pattern we're not that was hopping along. Can I tell?
It would be another survival check. Say a lower DC at the moment. Because you've already pointed out all the... But with the nat 1, you can't make heads or tails of any of these prints here. It's too muddied. Almost like it seems like part of it has been whisked away.
Can I actually, before, can I take also a closer look at the specific mushrooms and see if I recognize at least the kind that they are, if they have any?
You would have to go further into that cave to actually like take a look at them.
So, Droki seemed like he was trying to get away. Path less traveled?
Mm.
That makes sense.
Seems like he was going somewhere. Like in a hurry. He said something, I think, about late.
Yeah.
He may have been late for a very important date.
Seems that way.
Could be. Let's see. I don't really. Yeah, I mean that's the kind of the way I was leaning to. The Droki would probably travel in the paths less taken. To be on the down low, but he also might want to just blend into crowds too. So, I mean, either way.
So, just as a point of clarification, because we've talked about the tracks, is it well traveled? Because I'm assuming we haven't come across anyone. Obviously, is it well traveled, or are there just more tracks in one area versus the other?
I would say the southern one is well traveled. Southern. The rightmost one is well traveled, while the straight one is enough to notice. While the left one you don't see any tracks.
There's no tracks on the left. Probably it didn't go there.
Well, we had trouble finding his tracks to begin with.
And I would say with the 25 that Rincewind got with survival, it does look like these tracks have been messed with. Like almost like a wind came through here. But there's no wind.
Mm.
So, what do you think? Path with no tracks? Perhaps he's covering his tracks.
Seems as good a path as any.
So is there one path that looks like it's messed with, or all of them?
Like kind of in the
or
center here, it looks like you can see wind brush marks around in between all of these areas.
So basically, like where we're at, there's no obvious path that has recently been taken, but we could see remaining tracks on 2 of the 3 paths.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, someone like intentionally tried to cover their tracks, is what it seems like, not to let us know where they went.
But
I say none, not traveled or least traveled. We flip a coin.
flip a coin.
All right. Heads least, tails not at all.
That works.
Are you actually flipping a coin?
I don't.
I think Weller's got all the money.
Yeah, I do.
I mean,
I do have all the money.
Roll me
I mean-
a D2. 1 will be heads and 2 is tails.
I mean, I've got at least
Tails.
15 silver.
So
What was
path not
Tails
traveled.
again?
All right, let's go.
Yeah, heads was path least traveled, and tails was path not traveled.
All right. As you veer towards the small mushroom cavern, you can see it is semi lit up like the rest of the space. You just couldn't see it until you got into it. At the far end of it, maybe 120 feet away, you can see a small figure standing before a tall yet narrow crack in the wall. You can see this twin-tailed hat kind of staring at the crack for a brief moment, quickly rummaging around through some of the fungi here. You hear a little bit of cackling in the distance. Seems to pluck something up, eating it, as it like pushes it into his face. And as he quickly eats it, you see him shrink down to the size of a doll, and then run into this crack. As you did see Droki for a brief moment.
Well, I guess we're on the correct path.
He didn't even seem to notice you. But he seemed like he was in a hurry and just ate something and left through this narrow fissure in the wall.
Is that the only path?
At the edge of this small cavern, the edge of this cavern, yeah, it seems to be the only way out of here besides the entrance where you guys came in. You can see mushrooms of all different sorts covering the walls and the floor in here.
Can I start investigating these other mushrooms? Start deciphering what they are?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Sure.
can we just go up to where he was and see if one's been plucked recently?
Absolutely. You can do both. Kind of investigating these mushrooms and seeing it looks like a lot of different mushrooms have been plucked up. But it'd be hard to tell what was just plucked. But seeing numerous different sorts of mushrooms in here, fungi, give me a nature check.
Can I? Oh, never mind.
And just let's add on to that. Let's add an extra D6 from knowledge from a past life.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna veto that one. Because
Okay.
there's no way to know this from a past life. But a 15 is good enough, just barely.
Okay.
Looking into these, there's some odd ones in here. Some of them are just regular garden variety mushrooms. Others are various types of like mini zirkwoods, which are usually like, the size of large trees. Some of them are like little bonsai tree versions of zirkwoods. That's actually what the majority of them are. But then a few in here are things you've only heard whispers about in the Underdark. A few of them called bigwigs. Little 4-inch tall mushrooms with a thin stem and like a purple cap. And these actually make you bigger. You see a couple called pygmyworts. A little 1-inch long stem, little stubby blue cap with white dots. Eating these can make you smaller.
Must have had some of these guys. I didn't know about these. I think I had a cousin of a friend who might have been one of these at some point, but must have had some of these. That's what got him down. Tried to just start picking several both of these to put in my pouch.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can, looking around the area, if you spend a few minutes, you can find, even if the rest of you start to help a little bit, 15 pygmy warts and 14 of the bigwigs. Enough for a full meal.
Man, those would be fun to just eat back to back to back to back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is Fun Guy aware of any possible side effects other than the obvious ones?
Besides being awesome,
The bigwig is known to give you tingling sensations, while the pygmy wart has a tendency to burn.
so it's the same things as after a good Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
did
everybody
it do
can have
anything?
one.
Did Fungi even tell us that they was supposed to grow and
You just see him
Like a
just
solid?
start picking up a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Just
I was definitely
randomly.
saying how I was taking this one because it made it's of my cousin of a friend. Would have definitely got all to go down there.
So the question is, do we intend to follow?
I'd be
we have
walking
to-
while they're picking mushrooms. My character would be walking up to the stone to see if he could fit in there too without consumption of his mushrooms.
You would not be able to fit in.
What about with a specific racial trait?
Yeah, you could.
Okay. Okay. I could scout in there if you guys need me to while you guys are picking your lunch or dinner.
I mean, with these, we could all, I think, get down there,
True.
right?
We've come this far.
Yes, we gotta eat the mushrooms.
Just
I suggest we each take one of the ones that make you
Smaller.
larger,
Larger?
and then keep that on your person.
Oh
So we
yes.
consume the
No,
ones
he said eat
that
it, I
make you
think.
smaller.
Yeah.
he actually said, take the small one, get in the crack, then immediately take the big one and see what happens.
And then there will be a few extras. And Fungi will hold on to those.
That works.
So handing out everyone one pygmy wart and one bigwig.
Two
Yeah.
each. So
Two-
we can
two of
each eat
each?
one now.
Can easily split that amongst you guys. So it's 7. So there wouldn't be any more bigwigs left. There would be an extra pygmy wart if you give 2 of each to everyone. Including Turvy.
Right.
My character would walk over to the Mr. Guy. And do you know how long this effect seems to last on a person? Because, like, what if the tunnel keeps going and then we revert back to our normal size?
I would say with the 15 fungi, you don't know how long it lasts.
That's why we got an extra one.
He chuckles a little. Oh, okay. Very, very like cautious laughter.
Right. You wanna you wanna lead the way, Fungi?
Guess so. And I'll
Bon appetit.
eat a shrinking cousin and get ready to jump down that hole.
As you spend a moment, it does take an action to eat one of these mushrooms, but as you eat it, you can choose to fail a saving throw.
When you put it like that, I
Choosing.
will choose to fail the saving throw.
All right. As you feel this burning sensation in your throat for a brief moment. And you just suddenly just kind of like shrink a few inches. And as you start like eating the rest of it, you shrink until you're also a doll size. Everything's
What do we
really
got?
big around you.
Why do we gotta be doll size, man? Why's it gotta be dolls?
Well, he is because he's small,
Okay.
and now he's tiny.
Well, there's an act.
I'm a G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, you know you're a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
I'm just
Fair.
kidding. But one by one, you guys all eat one of these pygmy warts.
Does it
Yes.
feel familiar to
Yep.
the enlarge reduce spell, or does it?
It is the enlarge reduce spell.
It feels the same though.
It's a different sensation because it burns as it's happening. But yeah, it's a similar sensation. It's definitely something you're accustomed to.
It's a similar sensation, but like bourbon. You could either
Yeah,
have the burn or not the burn. So
this is definitely the burn. The burning. As you all shrink down, you head into this darkened crevice where there's no light within. Yes?
Tiny, tiny torch.
No
Do we
objections.
require a light?
no comment. I've just wondered what the fuck we're doing here, but also it seems like all roads point to Droki. So
Roads lead to Rome.
All right. Heading through this darkened fissure that goes up maybe like 40 or so feet. You can see lining of spider webs near the top, and you can even see the occasional spider and centipede kind of crawling around. This is definitely a refuge for the smaller vermin,
Us.
but it seems to kind of go uphill and kind of curve a little bit before going back downhill. And after about 10 minutes of traveling through this fissure, you're still small. And you all, and some of you tiny, you're all emerge back into this shadowy, lit, swirly tunnel at the edge of a very large pond of murky black water. And up beyond, you can see the cave continues. You can assume the water was, you kind of come out the other side of where the water was. And you can see the cave continues on one direction. There's more of these miniature zirkwoods growing around where the fissure exits out. And as you exit, another fork in the road. But as you reach this fork in the road, I'll say that'll be a good spot for us to take a little 5-10 minute break. So we'll take our little break here and come back here in a few. So stick around, folks. We'll be back. Alrighty, folks. We are back into it with our Out of the Abyss, and well, last we left off, our heroes, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, our people, were chasing after this Darrow Droki, leading into these odd, world-marked, Faerzess-infused caverns. Found him eating some mushrooms, apparently, as he shrank down and went into a little crevice. You guys gathered up some mushrooms yourselves, taking a little bit of time with that, and continue to follow in that direction. And going through this crevice, you popped out on the other side of the water feature that you had heard, and see that the tunnel continues two different directions. Seems to split here as well.
Are there mushrooms of the same type on this side of the?
No bigwigs or the pygmy-worts, but there are more of those like bonsai-sized zirkwoods, which are usually, large, tall, tree-like.
Probably extremely tall right now.
Yeah, so they're not extremely tall. I mean,
Aren't we small?
most of you guys are like 3 feet or so, like 2.5 feet. Well, fungi's like, a foot tall.
I was already 3 feet when we started.
Yeah. So he's half that. While so these Zirkwood would be about your height, about 3 feet.
Okay. So we do the same thing. We pat less traveled.
Oh, completely off this, but it's dawning on me too. Did I have to give a pygmy to Stool? Or somebody else carrying him?
Nah, he's fine.
He's small enough.
He's already tiny.
But he's the
only,
largest among us now.
No, he's only like 6 inches tall.
Ah,
He's a small boy.
It'd be so small.
Well, still, that would still be about half my height.
I would love for Stool to make an appearance and just the power dynamic shift all of a sudden.
Riding him. Let's go.
Say he's kind of tight in your backpack, just kind of slightly spilling out.
Arms punched through the side.
Yeah, imagine just like arms and legs just
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the sides.
It's like a baby Bjorn kind of thing.
Oh, we have fun here.
A stool Bjorn. But kind of looking down this tunnel, it looks like it does split again, once to the right, or it goes straight ahead.
So, do we take the least traveled path again, or?
Seems to be the way.
Worked out well for us last time.
Did it?
Well, we saw them.
Okay.
Should
See
we
which one
stop
it is.
to examine for a path, or? I'll take a look. I'll roll survival. Just see if there's
All
anything
right.
to see as far
Give
as
me
a path.
give me a survival check.
I'm gonna try to step up a little bit. I'll try to help him as well. Proficient. Just say I know some things with things in this area. I can try to help you.
All
That's
right.
okay.
All right, with a 19, it looks like the straight path has plenty of footprints on it. The other path to the right does not have any.
Shall we proceed to the right?
That's what I was thinking with that information.
Let's go.
Does it look like there's been any attempt to conceal tracks like previously?
Hard to tell with that 19.
Okay. God, I don't know what you want from me. Okay.
Well, roll better, jeez.
More than a 19, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you guys heading down that direction?
Yeah.
He's probably trying to conceal himself again, so might as well.
All right.
I would say, I'm sure it goes without saying, stealth might be the best option. If we see him, maybe we hang back instead of trying to confront him. Let's see exactly where he's going, considering we don't know where we're going.
True. Well, we also need him alive to bring him back alive. Preferably.
What part of what I said suggested that we kill him to you?
I
thought
never said
that's-
that.
This
I
is
s-
concerning, Casmus.
I
The way you said that with
the
your
stone
eyes.
no, the stone guard told us that she didn't care, but we all told ourselves that we're never gonna get him alive. Unless I'm mistaken.
I don't have any quarrels with killing Troki, but considering we don't know the way around, it might be best to be discreet and follow him. Unless
Glad you were
someone
saying
has
that.
a
I thought
pocket
we were
full
trying
of
to kill him.
breadcrumbs.
No.
Wrong fairy
If he
tale.
doesn't
killed
give
him.
us a
I was just thinking, I was like, I know I'm convoluting fairy tales.
Alright.
Let's proceed.
If we do come across it, so we just want to try and follow, or I have the scroll for hold person. We can just try if we can get close enough, try casting, see if we can just freeze him so we can try and comprehend him. If we try to follow him, he might just give us a slip again.
Nothing weird has happened yet with casting magic, so we wouldn't know to hold off on that, right?
Nothing weird has happened yet, but you have been around Farazes before, and weird stuff did happen, and this is definitely heavily infused everywhere.
So I would
That
suggest
sensation,
that.
like I would say, both Grimnir and Rincewind do kind of feel this odd connection to the odd light in this area. It swirls.
Does anybody got a crossbow?
I got
Yeah.
a short bow.
All right, so we can leg them if we need to. Maybe we hold off on casting the magic down here amongst all of this. And
Yeah,
So no magic?
no magic.
Well,
I mean,
We
last
ended-
last resort magic.
all right. I'm not much help otherwise. I can throw a dagger. That's about the most I got.
Yeah,
We as in you can leg him?
I don't have a bow of any sort.
I
I'm just saying we did good a moment ago when we saw him and just pursued him, and it didn't seem that he noticed us. Let's just keep with that MO.
You have a glaive and a steel bar. You don't have a bow.
Oh, I got more than that, my friend. I have a great axe, a glaive, a net, and a mace. I'm armed to the teeth, and then some.
Okay.
would like to point out, or really pose a question. What do you think will happen to Droki when we turn him over to the Stone Guard?
You said
If he's still alive.
What'll happen to Droki or what'll happen to us? Because I'm only concerned with
Droki.
the answer of one of those.
Agreed. As terrible
mean-
as that is. I'm just saying,
if we turn him into either side, the stone guards or the temperature, the goons,
Keepers of the Flame?
Yeah.
they're probably gonna kill him no matter what.
that's what I assume. I can't believe I'm saying this. Perhaps it would be more merciful to handle it ourselves.
We could certainly cross that bridge when we get there, but I think we need to find out information if we're going to go that route.
Yeah.
Considering both parties that are interested in him have talked about the Council of Savants and plots and Grey Ghost and things like that. There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Agreed.
Reaches that point, we can decide there. But for now, let's tail and observe as opposed to engage.
I don't want to marry him. Let's
All right.
proceed.
Let's go, I guess.
Even made Casmus nervous. He's rolling dice, and then Casmus like, GTFO guys.
So you
DM's
guys
rolling die.
You guys head down the direction where you didn't see any tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 feet down this tunnel, you can see a dense fungi forest blocking your way. Tallest specimens grow to some 5 feet high. Even as you assess the best way to pass through it, you can see this. Actually, you hear this hissing sound start to rise, like uncounted tiny voices whispering in tongues that you do not understand. And it is a very thick fungi thicket. I think there's art for this one.
Shall we move forward in stealth mode?
Better be quiet than announce thyself.
Where's this one?
Ooh.
That's good.
But there's more colors and stuff, I would say. They seem to be changing colors all the time.
Poisonous green.
I probably should
This odd
go
hissing.
through slowly.
Yeah.
Guys all
Be like-
sneaking.
Yeah, why not?
It seems like this
You
might be
definitely
Tool's
don't want
time
to use
shine.
magic.
Should you? Yeah, can't you cast something to help us out, fungi?
Can always cast our Pass Without Trace again, and
Should
things
we
be
try
an
that
extra.
one?
Is that magic?
Wanna take
Is
the
the,
rest?
is the operative word cast? Didn't we just talk about this?
But that's gonna help us.
I know I was small, but am I silent?
No,
You
but
still are
I'm
still are
asking,
small.
I'm asking, do we take the risk to help us sneak or not?
No.
No. Okay.
If we get into a bad situation, maybe we can take our chances then, but let's not welcome undue hardships unnecessarily.
All right. Let's hope your armor doesn't clank too much.
All right. As you approach and try to find the best path through this thicket, at least you guys are small. I do want everyone to give me a stealth check. That hissing just grows louder and louder as you approach.
My armor doesn't make a lot of noise because I'm small. It just sounds like rubbing two coins together.
Coins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add on. I said I have to use it before. I'm gonna add on to my stealth check with my knowledge.
All right. Thinking back to the
And
times.
is it a ability check? Or is it yes, ability check.
Yeah.
You can just blend in, right? Kind of look the same.
Yeah, right. I should.
Yeah.
Fungi just mimes.
just saying real still.
All right. As you
Big
all
smile, Mike.
start sneaking through, weaving between, you see, and fungi, this is the most variety of mushrooms you've seen in different forms. Like, it's a huge variety in this very dense area, growing on the walls, growing all around.
He's just so happy right now.
It is amazing. And as you're kind of making your way through this thicket, it seems like it also seems to split. Seems like you can veer left or veer right. I'm sorry. You can either veer right or you can go straight. Some of these mushrooms resemble brains, others giving off this faint blue light. All of it, this light is just like swirling around this entire cavern. But it does seem to split again.
Shall we continue forward?
Sure. Yeah.
I
Proceed.
mean, we haven't been marking our way so far.
Oh,
unless
yeah, that's probably
somebody's
smart.
drawing a map.
I got it.
Is that right?
So, we went right.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
right.
let you guys keep doing your map.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
No, we went right. A second. Can I-
So you can go right here or go straight. What are you doing?
I'm just sort of randomly suggesting forward.
All right, forward. The leader says. Let's follow the leader, I suppose.
All right. I guess we're going forward.
As you
Or-
kind of start to nod in agreement of going forward.
Yes.
Casmus,
Yes.
as you're watching all this happen, you see a little puff come from one of the mushrooms nearby, distracting you for a brief moment, as unbeknownst to you, crawling all over your leg are dozens of centipedes, and they all just bite down onto you. Or attempt to. Getting a 10 to hit, you start to feel this itching sensation on your
I
leg.
missed. Just
Yeah.
shakes his leg.
Yeah, they're kind of starting to swarm up on you, and just kind of you feel that nibbling, like as if like ants were crawling on you for a moment. And these guys are. Same thing happens to fungi, as a swarm of centipedes starts to crawl over your backpack onto you from a nearby mushroom that is like right above you. Getting a 13 to hit though.
Does not hit.
We're gonna roll some initiative here in this little thicket against some scorpions, which are in the spaces of Casmus and fungi.
Whoa, can we take a moment to appreciate how cool that map is?
Yeah, I was like, that looks really good, man. Does look good.
It's just a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah, but
Brain
I like the
mushroom. I see what
colors.
you're talking about now, though.
Yeah.
It looks nice. Yeah.
We guys are all under these mushrooms because you're all small.
We can get on top of them, right?
You absolutely can. Roll for the other centipedes.
It reminds me of like the galaxy carpet at like, you know, for a birthday party. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
You should see my rug that
It's
I
modeled
have
after.
right under me.
nice.
As Patchworks is automatically, as we're rolling, Patchworks is giving the one buff to Dusk. So thank you, Patchworks, for buffing Dusk here.
Thanks, Patch.
At the start of the
Thank
battle,
you.
as the centipedes start to swarm around. Gotta roll Turvy. Turvy sucks. Fungi, you are up
Hey.
first.
Turkey rolled higher than me, man.
I know.
That's fair. Yeah, but
I'll start.
yeah.
I'll start with my bonus action, cast Shillelagh.
All right.
I don't have symbiotic speeches up anywhere, but I think it's all my temp hit points, so at least something. So with that, I'll use my action to swing at this. What is this? Is this a scorpion? You said it's a scorpion, or is this a group of centipedes right above me?
These are centipedes. They are on you. They are in your own space. They are. I just kept them off of your token. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see them. But they are starting to swarm onto you.
Then I'm just gonna try and start knocking them off.
All right. 10 is going to be a miss. As you're trying to knock him off, and it's just like seeing all, like, you kind of whack into a mushroom nearby with your shillelagh.
I put together my Shillelagh plus the dueling and polearm master.
Oh, you took dueling too, of course.
Yeah.
He's a fighter.
One thing that's right. Now I got my extra level fighter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I got you.
Actually, in
Hey,
combat.
fighter high five.
Yeah, you whack the. Roll me a d10.
I feel like I know where you're going with this. I don't love it.
No, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh,
Damn.
No.
As you hit this fungus, gallons of water just start pouring out of it, spilling on the ground nearby. This noxious smelling water spilling onto the ground. Nothing bad happens though.
That's it for my turn.
That will take us to dusk.
So these centipedes are all over fungi.
All over fungi and all over Casmus.
Well, I guess
Punch
with
'em.
fungi's situation, actually 2 of our party are threatened. So
That is true.
Dusk will rather over dramatically extend his claws, and he's going to start to deftly rake them off of fungi.
Alright. Give me an unarmed strike. 21. Yeah, you start clawing the shit out of these centipedes. For 8 points, and you kind of like, it's hard to get a bunch of them at once. But you kind of squish like 4 of them off of them.
Let's go again.
15 will also hit some of these centipedes. Once you squish a few more, just trying to, like you said, furiously raking them off. Got centipede juice all over fungi. Bunch of it falling on that puddle that is now below him from the barrel stalk that he hit.
Bonus action. Let's go again.
All right. Yeah. Just raking. Yeah. More of these centipedes are just smashed and scratched, and it's all stinky around here at this moment now too.
Great. See any need to move? I guess that will be it.
All right, that will take us to Gremnir.
So, again, he's just yelling out, "No magic," right?
No magic.
And he just curses under his breath, and he'll brandish his dagger and try to, like, not like stab, but kind of like scrape them off as much as he can off fungi. Like using the edge of the blade to, like, trying to, like, go down at an angle.
All right.
Centipedes.
Fair enough.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That will, yeah, you start scraping them off. Or flat, you say flat the blade?
Yeah, the flat
Yeah.
blade. Just trying to get them off of him.
You just kind
I'm
of
trying to
popping
hit
them.
him as much as I can. But yeah,
Yeah.
just like
for, taking off a couple of them as they do start to, like, flounder off of them.
Thank you, Son of Whisper.
Oh, you are on Whisper.
I just changed. I saw that. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
And I,
You're
and I
good.
forgot to add 1
Things are
damage
happening, guys, I promise.
to each of Dusk's rolls, too. So
Oh, yes.
so more just retroactively just kind of start falling off in unison.
Alrighty. I will shift right. Where's my? I can't move my character.
What?
I was gonna go right there. I feel like I'm gonna have to restart roll 20, but like right there.
Can you move
Thank
that?
you.
Can you move that character?
No, I think it's not giving me any tool options on the side.
Taking some
Sorry.
cover. You're good.
Yeah, just moving to one step to the right, pretty much, and then I'll pass turn.
All right. That'll take us to Rincewind.
Can I
Thank you.
tell how many more scorpions there are on fungi?
The swarm of centipedes is nearly demolished that are on fungi.
Okay. Then I am going to I guess I'll use an unarmed strike to try to knock off any more, but I do not see an unarmed strike option on my. So I'm just gonna roll a d20.
Roll a d20, add your strength to it.
That's a bad 0.
That is going to be a miss.
And then we're gonna be like, yeah, gross.
As
And
it's also smelly, so you're probably holding your nose a little bit too. Or what little nose you got.
exactly. Still smells.
Yep.
And I'm going to end my turn.
All right, Casmus. Swarming all up your legs. What are you doing?
He's gonna use his dagger and try to scrape them off of himself.
All right.
Oh, no, I don't have that bless
You
anymore.
do not have bless, and you try to scrape, and they just kind of scurry around your boots and your clothing, and you miss.
That'll be it, because the rest is
All
magic.
right. That will take us to the centipedes. That start the ones on fungi.
To start for my reaction, can I hit
Absolutely.
with the Halo Force? I think my spell save went up, so now it's a Constitution save of 16.
They got a 14. They're gonna take that shit.
Real. 1.
They will take
Fine.
1 point as just a couple just fall limp from the spores around you. The rest instinctually just try to bite onto you. Getting a 6 to hit. You know, as they do. But yeah, there's not a bunch of them, so like they're just kind of biting onto your little bit of leathers you got. Which will take us to Turvy. Turvy takes a look at Casmus, then a look at fungi. And he's gonna run to fungi to try to help him. He thought about it at least. Whacking into him with like one of his blades, just kind of like again, just kind of scraping. Actually, no, he'll do like more precision work trying to poke. Getting a hits with one. And the other one, he pokes into that same barrel stalk that fungi poked into or hit into. More water starts gushing out. But he does, pick off the rest of these centipedes that were on fungi, freeing him. Taking us to Weller.
Sorry, guys. I didn't think I was going this round. I tell you what. You guys ready for this? Is everybody ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to advance towards Casmus. And let's see, I got plenty. I'm going to strike out at the critters that are on Casmus with my mace. A little bit more fine-tuned.
The magic mace?
The magic mace.
Are you igniting it?
Oh, do I have to ignite it?
No, you don't. If you want to do the extra fire damage, yeah.
Oh no, I want to do the fire damage. I didn't know that was a thing that I had to ignite. Okay.
It is your... Yeah, it takes an action to make it a light.
Oh no. Okay, but I have an extra action, so I can ignite it and still attack.
You don't have an extra action. You have an extra attack. When you take the attack action, you can make 2 attacks.
But I could action surge.
You could.
Okay, so let's do that.
All right. As the flame of the light starts to light up this green... Is it 30 feet of light, of low light, and 10 feet of bright light? Lighting up the area in this dull green fire. It's bright. 25 will absolutely hit.
Fantastico.
Roll me a d10.
Yeah, I caught that after you said it. Weller's not that smart.
With a 1. Yeah, you one of the barrel stocks nearby starts to hiss as you can kind of almost see steam producing from it. But you do definitely hit the centipedes.
Okay, so roll damage for it.
Roll me some damage. And we're going to add 1 to it for fire.
Just for shits and gigs.
Okay.
Can these creatures be frightened if I do menacing attack?
Do you want to find out?
I do.
All right, let's find out.
Okay. So go ahead and let me subtract that. Roll the superiority die. And whoop, wrong one. There we go. And click on
Very
base.
nice. Oh, you've already got the fire. So for 14 points of bludgeoning and 1 fire damage, they don't seem to be frightened of you, as they are immune. But that fire lights up and just kind of, as it smacks, it's like almost like powdery, like when you hit, when you're stoking the flames. Little sparks fly, little green sparks.
And for one fire, Justice probably doesn't feel it, especially with Elation resistance.
Well, you don't take any damage. It's just on the
But
centipedes on the
you're
ground.
Fine.
I said he probably doesn't feel it.
Oh yeah,
It's like a match.
it feels like home.
So that was my action to ignite it, action surge to actually take an attack. Now
So
I
you-
can extra attack.
Now you can extra attack. Correct,
All right,
Mundo.
so I will go ahead and do the mace again.
All right. An 11 is going to be a miss. Unfortunately.
All right, that will be it for me then.
That's going to take us to the centipedes, who are going to continue to try to bite onto Casmus. Or, you try. Getting a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
As you take 10 points of piercing damage as you feel this sting under your clothes and through your laces of your boots or whatever. Which will take us to the top of the round.
I did. I was thinking. I was like, he's about to say surprise guest number 1.
It is actually surprise guest number 1.
Called it.
Oh,
He's got that inflection in his voice. He gets
I
excited.
know, right? I know.
Well, I didn't expect them to roll so well on initiative. As from around
every time.
the bend, spiders start skittering out from around these
Of course.
all these
course.
mushrooms, and unfortunately I rolled them both to attack Casmus. So Casmus, they're both going to try to bite you. getting a 14 and a 22 to hit both of these spider swarms that just start. It's like they're drawn to the heat of your blood or something. You're not sure.
14 misses, 22 hits.
All right, as you take 12 more points of piercing damage.
I was so tempted to use magic, but I don't want to.
Same.
Which will take us to Fungi. As Fungi, once you're free, everybody came to help you. You look over and you see Casmus is just getting supremely swarmed by centipedes, spiders, more spiders. Rampantly.
There you go.
And I just run away. No, I'm just kidding.
You just roll away, yeah. and get
Just blends in with the surroundings.
I'm gonna start with just taking an initial whack at some of these spideys.
All right. I will say they are all on Casmus's square.
I will be
Like just for movement's sake, but you're fine.
closer to. I will carefully whack at the spideys.
All right.
Just, not carefully, just whack them.
I'm gonna roll to see which one you actually hit. It's hard to tell because it's all one massive swarm of insects. 25 will absolutely hit. Or
Wait a second, why did I do that wrong?
Swing away, Meryl.
is one of them
Hold on.
1d0?
Oh,
It does the first one. 13
1d8.
points of bludgeoning damage. As you're smashing on, again, it's hard to get a bunch of them, but you do hit a good bit.
Okay. And I see what I had to do. It should always be the one on the left because it's
Yes.
the 1d8 and the 1d10 if I was using two hands, but I'm not using two hands. Okay. And
Well,
then I'm going to.
Shillelagh always makes it a d8, right?
Yeah, it makes it a d8 anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to spin my staff right around and from bonus action use the other side of the Polearm Master.
All right. Whacking down the spiders. 17 will also hit
Should do one of these.
for 8 points of bludgeoning. As again, you're just smacking spiders all around Casmus.
And that'll end my turn.
That will take us to Dusk.
Dusk will swing around and proceed to use Casmus as a scratching post.
All right.
Oh, as long as you don't hurt Casmus, he'll be fine.
It's just a few scratches. Fire one.
Are you trying to the spiders or the centipedes?
Let's try to finish off the centipedes.
All right. 12 does hit the centipedes. Well, 13. Because of the one buff. For 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And he just starts smashing centipedes.
It is slashing because,
As you're slashing centipedes.
yeah, 'cause
Pause.
there might be some marks. Sorry.
It'll be fun. Nothing that I can't feel.
Continue to try to get the rest of the centipedes off.
Alright. That will also hit. For a little more. Just scratching these centipedes off, it might be getting a little bit of Casmus's already torn up coat from the adventures down here.
Bonus action continue.
Alright.
Oh, well, before I do that, let me ask this. Never mind. That's too complicated. All right.
Dude, that was a
Bonus
lot of
action,
suspense for
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
it was.
I was considering using stunning strike, but that just seems weird.
It does. Some things are immune. A 13 or 14 also hits. Ooh, for 6 more. As these centipedes are few and far between, and can hear that hissing all around you. The mushrooms start to kind of warble almost.
That
One
will
guy,
be
what
it.
are they saying?
That'll take us to Grebnir.
Yeah, I kind of just got the F out of there. I didn't realize everything was moving over there, so I guess I'll move in a little bit.
There's more.
Oh, really? I move. All right, I'm gonna move right there and start trying to hit the spiders there.
All right.
In the next bar over
Yeah, I gotcha.
on Casmus. Same action with blade, scraping, crushing, whatever I can do.
I gotcha. Hey, it works. It works. 22 will hit.
Not the most damage. Some, I suppose.
Getting some of those spooters off.
I like spooters. I'm just gonna scoot it back just a smidgen right there.
All right.
And I'll pass.
That'll take us to Rincewind. He's getting
Rincewind will
swarmed.
Rincewind will move in too, and I mean he'll also try to do another unarmed strike to bat as many of the spiders off that he can.
All right. Getting the spiders, that is going to be a miss.
That is going to be a miss.
As it's gross and
And then-
stinky here.
Yeah, it just not my day. So I'm gonna back off over here.
All right.
And my turn.
And
unfortunately.
like
Sorry,
it's like
Cosmos.
walking in through a swamp now too, 'cause it's all wet. Which will take us to Casmus.
Well, again, he doesn't want to use magic. Not down here, so he's gonna use his dagger.
7. What are you trying to hit?
The few centipedes that are left. I guess.
All right, 17 will hit the centipedes. All right, as you're smashing them and stabbing them, there's still a couple left crawling on you.
Well, that'll be it. Because I
Just-
can't do anything else.
Fair enough. It's just barely too. They are going to try to bite onto you, Casmus. They're not.
Can I
Yes, you can.
back to
'Cause
that? So
they
16.
Let's see if they get it.
Give me a save.
Let's see. Nope, they got a big 4.
Yep.
Roll above a 1. A couple more of them just kind of fall limp on the ground, but there's still one centipede left.
One.
I was gonna say, did
Sorry.
you tell him to roll above a 1 and then he immediately rolled a 1?
Yep, that's
Yes.
the way it goes. They're gonna try to bite him. Wait, I already rolled it. They got a 20 to hit.
It definitely hits.
As you take 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay, thank God.
Which
I'm hurt.
will take us to Turvy. Turvy's gonna run over here. The spiders, scorpions, he doesn't know. He's gonna just stab a bunch. Precision work as he does. Oh, hang on, stay still. Just doing his best. Which is pretty good. Actually, I should roll another d6. As he seems to mostly stab the spiders. It's telling you to stay still. Which will then take us to Weller.
Hey guys, it's Weller again. Quick question: mace, two-handed, one-handed?
One-handed.
Ah, okay, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. All right.
It's like, it's just, like a metal club.
That's what I was thinking. I just on that last one I rolled a 2 for the damage and my greater weapons fighting style. I can reroll 1 and 2, and I was like,
Right.
oh, shit, I forgot. But then I got to thinking and was like, oh wait, I'm using a mace. It probably doesn't matter. So
Correct.
perfect. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the mace on the spooters.
All right.
And I'm flanking with Fun Guy, I believe, so that's going to be a little bit of an advantage.
I'll say from these, no flanking.
Well, I vehemently disagree,
Well,
but it's your game, so okay.
against the spiders.
Yeah.
All right, roll me a d10.
Da 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 da.
A 20 will hit.
Okay.
I don't
As
like that,
everything starts to smell more. Like as you kind of like burn, you kind of singe a little bit of a mushroom nearby, and you just everything is overpowering the scent of almost sickly sweet and putrid water around you. But you do hit.
God, I can't wait till we find out that what we're smelling is gas and what we're standing in is liquid fuel, and I have a fire mace that's just going to explode us. All right, let's. All right, so that was a hit. So okay, I don't need to use that. I'll just do that.
All right. Getting some of those spooters down. Doing a number on them. As they do definitely burn, and they do definitely get whacked.
That will. Yeah, that'll be it for me. I will just.
You get 2 attacks, don't forget.
Oh shit, that's right. Thank you. Just kidding. That's not it for me.
Just get them off.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
More
With my
spooters.
with my 6 seconds, I will also say. Remember, I said you could use it in an emergency.
All right, smashing some spiders. Or a little more, as some of them start to pop with the fire.
Oh, yeah. Satisfying.
Anything else for Weller?
Nope, because yep, already subtracted it out. Nope, that'll be it for me.
All
Just
right.
hold my ground.
As I actually used the wrong initiative for the previous centipedes. So those ones are. I'm gonna get these guys off the initiative because they're gone. I'll take us to the spooters. Spooters are gonna continue to try to bite Casmus the best they can. Getting a 21 and an 18 to hit.
We both hit. And I have to do it.
Casmus, the first one does 8 points of piercing damage to you.
Right.
The second one does 4 points of piercing damage to you.
And 8. It goes down.
As Casmus collapses, being swarmed by these spiders and single centipede.
The one.
The one centipede that will take us to Fungi.
Yeah, we're just gonna try and keep getting rid of bugs. Or try and wake you up. So let's just attack whatever bug I can.
Random bug, go. 23 will hit the centipede.
Stop doing that.
As, yeah, you annihilate that one centipede, just kind of smashing onto Casmus's lifeless corpse. The
And then I
centipedes are no
will-
more.
Bonus action, then swing at the other side of my quarterstaff against these other spiders.
Alright, getting some of those spooters. A 10 is going to be a miss.
And
And spiders crawling all over Casmus
All-
opportunity.
All over him.
Yeah, but if I step away, are they able to attack me?
One way to find out.
I don't want to necessarily be the next snack, so I am going to.
Do it, fun guy. Do it. Don't let him get in your head. You live your best life.
I mean, this is how you learn.
Think
Okay,
of all
on
the
second-
friends you're gonna make.
On second thought,
As-
because he said that, don't do it.
As you walk away, yeah, the spiders are all over Casmus. Like they
Oh,
only
friend.
get opportunity attacks on the creature they're swarming.
I mean, they're following it. So I mean, what else?
I'm
Any-
sorry, dead guy
Oh.
says what?
Anything else for a fun guy
Yeah.
as he backs away from this mayhem?
Nothing right now.
All right, that will take us to dusk.
All right. Let's continue to use him as a scratching post. Just one on the ground.
All right. A 14 will hit. Takes scratching up these spooters. They're getting stuck under your claws at this point. It's a snack for later.
I'll wipe him. I'll wipe him on the new guy. All right.
Going again against the spiders. A 19 or 20 will absolutely hit. Smashing them. Scratching them. Slashing. Spider guts all over him. And Casmus is now kind of lying in that puddle.
Bonus action. Flurry of blows.
Alright.
Fire one.
That will hit. Ooh, for 10 points of bludgeoning damage. As kind of that's a good rake across as several spiders just kind of fall and get smashed.
As I continue to scratch them off of Casmus, just as I'm doing so, slap him in the face. Give him 5 points of healing.
Alright. As Casmus, you are awakened for 5.
Okay.
On the ground in a puddle, still covered in spiders.
And then as Dusk sort of slinks back a little bit, shaking his paws, getting guts off of it, he's going to say, "We might want to get the spiders off of him."
Which
That's
will
it for Dusk.
that'll take us to Gremnir.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to say again, no magic. Your friend is dying.
Do it. Cast
I'm
the
gonna-
goddamn magic.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on what's around him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
As-
the perfect start to that.
Yeah, tell me what that looks like.
So you see, like, as he's trying to get his Ray of Frost, the stone's starting to glow around his thing, and it kind of like transmutes from there to his hands. And as he casts it, it just goes right to the wall above him. Like, oh shit, I aimed too high.
Roll me a d10.
I forgot we're smaller.
Yeah, you
forgot
guys,
we
you
were
guys
smaller.
all are tiny now. Yeah, roll me a d10.
What's the height of the room that we're in?
About 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah,
Man, we could go back to
So we could have gotten big
Yeah,
and
we
just
could've went
stepped
back
on
normal
all of these
size.
things.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, as little bits of debris fall from where you shot, you can start to smell like this rotting flesh smell as you hit a piece of ripple bark. Anything else for Gremnir?
No, sadly. I'll say Wiki use magic. Nothing happened. I'll say my last
Nothing
words.
happened. Which takes us to surprise guest number 3.
Good God.
Hmm.
Of course.
As another swarm
Oh,
of
no,
centipedes arrives and starts crawling all over Rincewind. As they do. Getting a 25 to hit.
Oh wait, is there in there? This is a little better. Can I use my
Absolutely.
reaction for my pole arm? And I'm not gonna use the spores because the pole arm.
I would say they were
Okay.
always there. They just came out.
Always with you.
They were in the room with us.
They were in the room the whole time.
That hits.
But the pole arm.
When it
react-
enters your space. So they've always been there. They were just hiding.
Okay. All right, so then fine. 16 Constitution save.
Fair enough.
For the Halo.
They got a 14. Hey, pretty good for them.
Enough. Oh, look at that. Probably just a little bit.
There
more
you
damage.
go. For 4 points in necrotic damage, several of these centipedes do bite at Rincewind. Start crawling all over him. Rincewind, you take 5 points of piercing damage. That is 1 away from their minimum. Which will then take us to your turn, Rincewind, as these centipedes are all over you now.
Okay, well, that changes a whole lot all of a sudden. I guess I will. Boom, shaboom. I guess I'm gonna just start trying to brush them off myself with my hands.
All right. Roll me a
Be like,
d20.
fuck, or whatever.
I mean, you can always disengage. Like that is a thing.
Oh, well, are they crawling on me, or?
I mean, theater of the mind, they're crawling on you. You can roll out, if you wanted to.
Okay.
With your
guess
action.
I will try to use my action to do that
You absolutely can.
and be like, fuck this, I'm out, and start, oh god, moving towards this other bunch of spiders that are all over Casimus, apparently.
Yep. There's not too many of them left. There's like a dozen or so.
And be
Doesn't
like,
do much.
kill them with fire,
I'm trying.
I don't really do spiders all that well, so.
Oh boy, you're
Yeah,
gonna hate
right
the rest
there.
of this adventure. Anything else for Rincewind?
Oh man, I'm doing my turn.
That'll take us to Casmus.
Casmus will stand up
All right.
and he's gonna yell, let's take the other mushroom to grow back.
Well, that's something I forgot about. You guys all do have.
Two of each.
Well, no, you're all small,
Yeah.
so you all have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and your weapons
Mm-hmm.
are supposed to do 1d4 less. C'est la vie.
1d4 left, so the dagger doesn't do
Yes,
shit.
it's
Because you're
0.
small. Minimum of 1.
All right, minimum of 1.
Okay. Yeah, so Casmus is actually going to eat the mushroom to grow, the other mushroom that was told to grow back.
All right. As Casmus grows to normal size, roll me a d10.
Oh boy.
As you bump into some mushrooms, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Of course.
That's good. As you see some spores kind of, just barely start to flitter in front of your face. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was wrong. No, I will need everyone. Yep, to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Is this
It is poison.
Okay, so all right. A little resilience on my side.
I believe the triple
I
check.
can't remember.
Yes, it is
It's
poison.
Alright, so I got an advantage on that one too.
Yes.
advantage. Okay.
Boy, howdy.
Everyone
Huh.
except Turfy.
Fair enough. The spores spread into a 15-foot radius around Casmus as this tin mask just expels. Yep. Nobody's affected except for Turvy.
I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy.
Anything else for
Let's see.
Casmus? That was your
Let's
action to
see.
grow big.
Yeah. Just want to check the distance. It's too far away. Are the spiders still like on my leg or?
Yeah, they're all around you.
Okay. Well, he's gonna try with his dagger again because.
All right. Well, you used your action to eat the.
Oh,
the
that's
mushroom.
right. That's right. Mushroom. So, I don't have anything else that I can do for bonus action. So that'll be it.
So he's big.
Yeah.
Fixes the Turvy. Someone roll me a d10. I don't want to roll it.
I gotcha.
Love it. Turvy kind of looking around. What's going on? And he just kind of stabs out towards Casmus. Getting a 17 to hit
It hits.
as you take 8 points of piercing damage.
He goes
Oh.
down again,
Damn.
and it probably hits a lot of more mushrooms on the way down. I'm thinking.
I would say it's just this more of the spores just kind of fall as you just plop down to the ground. Oh, I think I got one. Taking us to Weller.
What, do you stab him in the shin?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh man.
That was a big one.
Yeah, it was, buddy.
As you look at Turvy, his eyes are just glazed over, and you can kind of see little sparkles.
You stabbed Casmus there, buddy. Maybe be a little careful next time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As you swing your mace out, roll me a d10. Alright, this is more water gets spilled out. Casmus starts drowning.
Oh no.
No, not really. No,
Oh Jesus!
no.
I'm
no.
probably
Well, he's
it's probably
huge,
like
so-
just a. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
It's probably like
He's
just
huge.
a little.
You can drown in a puddle, okay?
That's
That's
Just
true.
depending on what you laid.
True enough. True
Uh,
enough.
Just
But
for
no,
the
like
record, for the record,
like the
for
little-
the record,
what is it,
Spiders.
Lilliputians?
Spiders.
Centipedes.
Yeah.
Turvy, drowning.
Yep. No, I know.
Okay, we're good.
As you smash more of these spiders, and one of the swarms is gone.
Fantastic. Extra attack.
All right. An 11 just misses.
Do I treat that like a regular attack? So can I precision on it?
Absolutely.
Okay. I will go ahead and do that and roll. Superiority die. Shit, I hope it just missed.
A 12 just hits.
All right.
That is the
So
AC of these spiders.
Fantastic.
As, yeah, you smash and burn the rest of the spiders around Casmus. Anything
thank
else
God
for
for that.
Weller?
I'll just use my movement to advance up to this group.
For
That'll be it.
Lil Weller,
No little Weller.
which will take us to centipodes, which are dead. Which will take us to spooters, which are dead, and spooters, which are dead, which will take us to fungi. Fungi, what's up?
I'm just gonna smash at the centipedes.
Good old smash and smash. 18 will hit the centipedes. Dealing 14 points of damage. That is brand new bag.
Daddy's dealing. And then I will stomp down on them with the other side of my staff.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing work. These centipedes don't even know what's hitting them. As these centipedes, some of them are almost as big as you, fungi, as you're actually tiny at the moment.
And that'll yeah, I'm just gonna take 5 steps away from them.
All right. They have yet had a chance to swarm someone else, which will take us to dusk. Seeing Turvy stab at Casmus. What's Dusk doing?
Oh boy. Dusk is going to move over here. And he's going to look at Turvy and say, "Step back, Turvy."
Well, oh no, what did I do? He'll be alright.
He will step back, just in case. And I'd like to make a medicine check to stabilize Casmus.
Alright, give me a medicine check.
Or you still have 2 good mushrooms.
You do.
Oh,
Everyone besides Gremnir should have 2 good mushrooms for the day.
Stuff it down his gullet.
Yeah, I kind
Yeah,
of have
everybody
that in
but-
the bag too.
Yeah,
15
I'll,
everybody else had 4.
I'll very roughly and unceremoniously shove a mushroom into his face, grab his jaw, and start, doing the
Start chewing.
It's like chewing.
Force chew.
Masticate.
chew.
As
So
you get 1 hit point.
Oh, so
Turvy goes, "Oh shit, he's back."
stab again.
Oh, we killed all the spiders. You alright?
Thanks, Derby.
Suddenly we realized Turvy knew what he was doing all along.
Yes.
Dun dun dun. Anything else for Dusk?
No, that's it.
That will take us to Gremnir with all of these centipedes on the ground around you. What are you doing?
Would like to maybe scooch you back a little bit.
Alright. As you scooch back,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of making your way through these stalks of these mushrooms.
As I scoot back, he starts to conjure his own hand and kind of projects it out, and there's kind of like this bright white bluish flash flying towards him, casting frostbite out.
Isn't that a con save?
16.
Got a nat 20.
It's very resilient bugs.
It freezes the air around, and some of that puddle of water gets frost over it, but the scorpions are used to the unnatural cold.
Yeah, they have exoskeletons. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, and then I will. How much should I move?
Just
I'm
move
gonna kind
around,
of
get in
scooch you
cover.
around a little bit.
I
and
gotcha.
Working over there to help him if he needs things again. Over his large body, pretty much.
He is so large right now. Which will take us to the centipodes. Which are gonna swarm on top of Weller.
Sorry, Weller.
Okay.
I got out of there. Sorry.
I'll hit them with the Halo of Spores.
Alright.
They're
con 16 save.
Got a big 14.
Jesus.
Another one. Hey, they will take one. That's nothing to scoff at. Damage is damage, guys. But the spiders did get, or the centipedes did get a 24 against Weller.
Wow. That bites.
Yeah, okay.
Narrowly missing a crit if they had advantage. But you do take 7 points of piercing damage, Weller, as they swarm on top of you.
Not happy about that.
But that will take us to a Rincewind, as they are now swarming Weller right next to you.
Oh boy. Well,
Weller.
so much for Sacred Flame.
You can pinpoint it
You.
if you want, you know. Precision sacred
Just the
flame.
center, just
Yeah, make them pop like popcorn.
Yeah,
Um,
can absolutely do it.
sure.
I want popcorn.
Why not?
I would say
Um,
flavor-wise, they're on him, but like mechanical-wise, they are not on him.
Right. I'll just rain radiant light down on them and see if they can pass this DC.
All right.
You said popcorn and then flavor, and my mind was in a totally different direction.
Yeah, they got a 20 though.
Oh, well.
As
then-
trying to light these fire up around them, they're small. You're small. Everything's weird.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's gonna need some aloe. And yeah, I'll end my turn. Sorry, bud.
All right, that'll take us to a big Chasmus.
He's gonna move. He's only got 1 point, but he's gonna move. He's gonna stand up, and he's gonna move right
Stand up.
beside. Yeah. And right beside Weller, and he's gonna use shocking grasp to just on the to get the
Love it.
these things.
Grasp at him. 12 will hit. I want everyone to make Constitution saves. But as you snap, crackle, and pop, that electricity just kind of surging around these centipedes, it hits onto the water all around.
I didn't think about the water. I'm dumb.
As Chasmus and Dusk. What is the damage dice for Shock and Grasp? A D8?
2d8.
Well, but it's a D8. The dice number, not the.
Oh,
yeah.
d8. Yeah.
Chasmus and Dusk each take 2 points of lightning damage.
Again.
As Chasmus once again goes down, but the centipedes have all popped, snapped, crackled. And as Chasmus falls,
Jeez.
do you want to describe your disappearance? Or do you want me to?
I'll let you do it.
All right. There's this odd wind blowing through as all the mushrooms start to kind of sway. And this light that glows on Grimnir's neck at that gem. And you can see this swirling appear on all of the walls, swirling darkness, swirling light, as it quickly and rapidly consumes this Dwergar that you had just met. As the shadows start to cover him more. It's odd because it's multicolored shadows. As it starts to consume, you hear this faint pop. as Gremnir disappears. With Casmus big and unconscious. You guys can heal him next session. But a little distracted by everything going on around you. Casmus unconscious in this puddle of semi-electrified water. This Dwergar that you had just met seemingly vanished. And you guys in the middle of this dense thicket of mushrooms. That would be a good spot to end tonight. So, yeah, we'll end there tonight. And yes, so those of you watching, Gremnir will be a recurring character, maybe. But we'll find out. Stay tuned next time. So, yeah, check us out next week. More Out of the Abyss and all that jazz. Thanks for watching, folks. And yeah, we'll see you next week. All right.
Thanks, Twitch.
Night,
Thanks, Patch.
Night, Internet.
Later,
Thanks, Patch.
Thanks.